EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for November 26, 2019. For your Tuesday, very mild today across the region. Some areas are going to get close to the 60-degree mark for highs, so it's going to be a lot warmer than we've seen recently. And it's going to stay mild ahead of this next frontal boundary that's coming in. We got a little bit of a ridge building into the region today, which is going to give us those milder temperatures. And it's going to be aided by the southwesterly wind flow ahead of our next system. And that's going to come through here on Wednesday. So we are mostly sunny today. Then we're going to have clouds increase tonight. And then once we get to Wednesday, we'll have some showers moving into the region. This is not a heavy rain deal at all. It's just some lighter showers than not the entire time on Wednesday. But we'll have some showers rotating through nevertheless. And we'll have warmer temperatures to continue on Wednesday as well. Just not quite as warm, so we're dealing with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover compared to today, which will be in full sun. So still mid-50s or thereabout for highs here on Wednesday. Then once we get to Thursday, behind the system, Thanksgiving Day, it should be a dry day, and we are going to be a little bit breezy, though. Actually, we're going to have the winds pick up behind this frontal boundary associated with this departing low. The winds are going to pick up on Wednesday night, probably after midnight or maybe in the wee hours in the morning, and it's going to go right into mainly Thursday morning is really the biggest threat period for those gusty winds. You see some gusts that are 30 to 40 miles per hour across the region during that time frame, and then once we get in the afternoon, it starts to slacken off a little bit, and we should remain dry for the Thanksgiving holiday, just a little chillier and breezier, a little chillier than it has been and breezy. And it should be temperatures in the 40s for highs here on Thursday. Once we get to Friday, another chilly day. Mostly sunny skies are expected. There are no precipitations expected there. So Black Friday shopping should go without a hitch. And we have the next system moving in here on Saturday. Looks like Saturday night. So Saturday will be a dry day, it looks like, across the region. Clouds might increase late in the day. And this is a very interesting system. This is what we call overrunning. There's a warm front associated with this area, low pressure, that's way out here in the over Iowa, actually. And the warm front is situated down here like this. So you have all of this precipitation that's heading toward the region, and this is what's called overrunning precipitation, where you have colder air at the surface, and then you have warmer air aloft trying to sneak in here. So in that situation, you could have maybe some snow to start briefly, okay, and then going over to what looks like sleet and then freezing rain, and there could be an extensive period of that in some of these models that are indicating that. Here's a look at the overnight. So you're still coming in after midnight for most areas, and you have this precipitation moving through the region going right into Sunday morning. And there will be a changeover at some point to rain across most areas, but some areas further north may not change over at all. Those will be the higher elevations of northeast PA and maybe far northwestern northern New Jersey. Okay, so this goes into Sunday evening, and then this low redevelops offshore. So the primary was up here in the eastern Great Lakes is going to redevelop offshore. This is going to be critical to where this redevelops, because the European model, and at some points in different runs of the GFS, has been showing this cold conveyor belt wrapping around the system as the system is departing, and that would mean rain changing back to snow before it ended. Not a guarantee with that part. That's a little sketchy. You're talking about some very finely tuned details, and timing's going to have to be everything in position. That's in position on the map would have to be critically placed, and just a slight variation of that would be changing the ball game downstream. So we're going to monitor this throughout the week. The rain to snow at the end is a very, I don't want to say unlikely. It's not an unlikely scenario, but it's just a very low confidence thing right now. I do think we're going to start off with this overrunning precip, and it's going to come in as frozen precipitation initially when it does come in. And I want to get up a close-up of this just so you can see what we're talking about. This is after midnight on Saturday night, so this is actually technically early Sunday morning. Still overnight, though. And here is the precipitation coming in. And all this is coming in from the southwest to the northeast. So initially, at the onset, you have snow, and behind that you have freezing rain, and then you have rain further south. And as we go through time, see this line pushes up to the north, and changes everything over. at some point. Now, this is showing early afternoon on Sunday, actually 1 o'clock on Sunday, and it's still frozen precipitation north of I-78. South of there is changed over to rain, and then eventually it goes over to rain in most areas except, again, those far northern parts of our coverage area near northeast PA, far northwestern New Jersey, could remain frozen at that time. And then you get that cold conveyor belt trying to wrap around and may get a parting shot of snow here on the back end for some areas, changing over to snow if that low is in the correct position as currently modeled. Now, this is going to waffle over the next couple of days. This is only a forecast for Tuesday, so we have all the way, we have 5 days left to look at this. So a lot can happen in that time frame. I think I'd be more confident about the overrunning precipitation of the onset, which is what I was showing you here, before changing over to some other form of precipitation along the way, than I do having that wraparound precipitation producing snow for our eastern areas would be most susceptible for that at this time. But there's a low confidence forecast on that second part of the system as the low's departing, with a lot of uncertainties with that. So we'll just check back with us throughout the week, and we'll update you with this, but this could be our first legitimate wintry threat for a more widespread area, and it might not necessarily be a lot of snow involved with it, and I really don't think it will be, unless that cold conveyor belt really cranks in here at the end here for eastern areas. But we do have a substantial icing event that could be affecting parts of the region. So once this system departs, though, we have, and here's that snow on the back end here. This is not showing as, this is a quantitative precipitation map, so it's not showing the precipitation type, but this would be falling in the form of snow on the way out of here on Monday morning, and then we have clouds giving way to sun here on the afternoon as this system pulls away on Monday. So we'll continue to follow this throughout the week for you, and continue to update every single day in the daily forecast videos once we get later in the week, and if maps are needed, we will certainly put those out in due time. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for November 26th, 2019.